Sophia here, mygreatchallenge. Welcome back to my channel and my bathroom. Today is Adventures in Plumbing. I am finally changing all of the hardware in my bathtub, including the shower arm, because I know that some of you are very disturbed, apparently, with the fact that my shower head is black and my shower arm is still silver. So we're going to do this today. I'm also going to change the spout, and I ordered the drain stopper overflow plate in black. I haven't received it yet, so if I get it today, I'll install it today. And then if I have time, I will also change the mixer. So you can purchase a full kit. I don't know, name the brand, Moen, American Standard, from your box store, that has the whole thing: the shower arm, shower head, the mixer, the spout, and all of that. Those can be pricey. They can be around $200 something and upwards. The cheaper ones are not great, and they may not be your style. So the cheapest one I found at Home Depot was $149 for the whole set, but it didn't have a handheld shower head. It was just a regular round shower head. Didn't have the rainfall one. It was really basic, and I didn't want to purchase it because then I would be stuck with a shower head that I will never use. So I opted instead for buying things separately. And the reason why I did that is also because when you buy them separately, for the most part, they are universal and they have all of the different fittings. You may not have that in the kit that you purchase. Another thing I want to do today is install a guard. I bought this one stick-on guard to put on the corner. And the reason why I'm doing this is just to protect the wall from a little bit of splatter. There's really just a really bit of splatter. There's no pooling on the floor or anything. But since I'm going to put wainscoting and wallpaper in this bathroom, I don't want it to get damaged. So we're going to put a guard. First things first, we're going to start with the spout. So when you look at spouts, you'll find that there's two systems. There's the one that's a slip-on over a pipe that's about this big with a thread at the end, and you just basically screw it on until you can't screw it anymore and the water will go down. Or you have a little screw here at the bottom, and then on the underside you may have just a 2-inch pipe. There's other ones where you have to add an extension to it. It can be bothersome. All right, we're gonna look at mine to see which kind it is, but I purchased this by Everbuilt and I got it at the Home Depot. And this one is a full kit that does both. So it does have the thread. You can't see it because it's black on black, but all the way at the end there's the little pipe threaded connector, and you just basically screw it on. But if your system is different, they give you this part here that would extend to your pipe, and then you slip it on this way. Or if you need to do a whole bunch of piecing, they give you this as well. And then there's all the instructions in case you have to do extra fitting. So first things first, we're going to look at the very sad looking spout that I have now. I'm going to assume it's the original one when they retrofitted this bathroom back in the 80s. It is seriously damaged and needs to go to match everything else. So here's my spout, and again I also ordered the drain water level thing, overflow plate. I just didn't receive it yet. So here's mine, and look at the water damage from years and years and years of use. You can see that it's seriously corroded. Now I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to see underneath it if there is a screw. No screw, so this is clearly a slip-on, which makes it much easier in terms of installation, at least to me. So how do you take this out? You basically unscrew it. That's it. You unscrew it and you clean the thread. You add a little bit of your Teflon. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you screw it back on and you're good to go. So sometimes these have been screwed on a little bit tight, and I think we've already established that I have no arm strength. Get rid of this. Let me see if I can unscrew it on my own. No. So what I'm going to do is put a rag, and I'm going to get a wrench. Maybe there's too much rag. Let's do it this way. Not enough. Can I open this a little bit more? No. Okay, this one should do it. Can I fit it here? Yeah, so I'm going to close it and see if I can. I think that we need to consider that things will not go as planned, okay? I'm just saying. I cannot get a grip on this thing. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to start, because it's got, I think, years and years of caulking and hard water damage. I also don't want to damage my tub. And by the way, you don't need to turn off the water for this. Can I do it by hand now? Yes. Wow. Wow. Are we corroded? Look at this. Are you ready for this? Look at all the hard water that I got in there. This is really, really bad. Look. Look. Yeah, it needed to be changed, no doubt. So I'm gonna go and get a old toothbrush, and I'm going to clean all of this. So because I just re-enameled the whole tub, I don't want to put tools like this in my tub, okay, unless I have a rag to put them on. But for now, I'm just going to put it outside. It's much easier. So we're just going to clean this. So now I need to put a new layer of, let's remove this one, Teflon. Got rid of the old one. Okay. Alright, so Teflon. There's a way of doing it. You screw to the right. Okay, so if you put your Teflon counterclockwise, meaning from right to left, going this way, when you're ready to screw your spout on, what you're going to do is basically peel off the Teflon because you're going against it. So you want your Teflon to go in the direction that you're screwing, which is basically clockwise. The other thing you need to remember when you do this kind of job is that you also have to leave a little bit here and not have Teflon to the edge. I'm going to show you why. So if I put Teflon all the way up to here, right, Teflon stretches. So over time, let me show you how it stretches. You see that? Okay. So over time you end up having Teflon that stretches in front of your pipe, and it's going to like cover it, make a bubble, and your water is either gonna not flow properly, you have no pressure, the water is gonna be stopped and maybe back up. So we don't want that. Okay. So what you do is that you start here and you leave maybe like the first thread and you wrap around. And you wrap around enough to give it a good seal. You don't have to put a lot of it. Okay. Okay, so go like this. All right. Okay, so I'm ready to put it on, but this is where you're always going to encounter a problem when you're doing DIY stuff. This particular pipe was fitted for this and this particular length. When you go like this, you can see that mine is not the exact same length. Let me see if I can put them next to each other. Okay, can you see that they are a different length? So I've already threaded it on, and by the way, every time you thread it on and it doesn't fit or there's an issue, you have to remove it and redo the Teflon. Okay, you don't just you just got to redo the Teflon every time. So I redid the Teflon, and my issue is that I have a gap between this and the wall, and the gap is just a little bit too much to be covered by caulk. So I'm going to use one of those. They call it a drain shoe gasket. It actually goes at the bottom, and then it stops the water from seeping from the tub, you know, to the underside of the tub. But you can use it for that. So basically I'm just going to put that on first and then fit this. Now when you're going to fit this, you don't want to tighten it like a maniac using the wrench and all of that, because what's going to happen is that you're going to damage your new faucet. All right? It's okay to use the wrench when you remove it because you're getting rid of it, but when it's a brand new one, you don't want to do that, because those, even though they're metal, the coating on it is kind of, you know, not great, and you're going to scratch it. So I'll put that on, and then I'll fit this on it, but I'm not going to caulk right away. What I'll do is turn the water on and see if I have any water that is seeping through here. If I do, then I have a problem with either this area here or over there. I'll have to figure it out. But for now, I'm ready to install it. So you just go like this. I gotta make sure I am straight. I need to use my right hand. Hold on. Let me shift. I don't need to hold this right now. Okay, here we go, way on. Alright, and alright, I'm just going to do one more turn. Okay, so this gasket is not thick enough. I have another one right here. So I have a thicker one. I'm going to put this one instead. So I'm going to redo this. Take it out. This is all good stuff because it's showing you, right? And you see, I got to redo my Teflon. Alright, let me clean up and then we'll try the water before I caulk. Alright, let me turn my water on. And make sure I got no water coming out here. Alright, diverter's working. No water. Done. So here goes. I have changed the spout. Okay, we checked, it's working, it's not leaking, the diverter is working, and it looks nice. All right, so before I move on to the shower arm all the way up here, I'm going to install this. And this is Magic Splash Guard, helps keep water in the tub and off the bathroom floor. It's not really going to interfere with bath time, which was the reason why I really wanted to remove this glass partition. If you watch the previous episodes, they're right here down below, where I remove a glass partition and repainted this whole tub enclosure. This is a peel and stick. All right, let's put that on. So this thing comes into two parts. You got the bottom part and then you have the actual splash guard. You place that on first and then you slide this in, and it's got a peel and stick. Yeah, it's got a peel and stick stuff, so it's self-adhesive. You don't have to use caulk or anything. Hopefully it works. Yeah, let me clean the wall and the tub and put that on. I don't know why there's a hole right here. It actually bothers me. Why is there a hole? Maybe to hang something to it? I don't know. Why is there a hole? What's the purpose of the hole? It doesn't say. I don't know. Why would there be a hole? Weird. Whatever splashes here, this is going to be wainscoting, so I don't want it to get damaged. Alright, so I have this installed. Yeah, it will do what it's supposed to do, and I can still take a bath and enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and change the shower head arm. So I already removed the shower head. You take that out. Let's see. This should be an easy. I'm gonna have to step. Let me put a towel on the side because I'm not that short, but this is a little high. Okay. So you just basically take it and I need a wrench. And if I can't do it, I'll show you another method. I think I need to get it. See, I got water on my hands. I'm gonna try this one. Nope. There we go. These are the best kind of wrenches. So I'm gonna do the part that goes to the wall first, and same thing. I'm all twisted. Hold on. There we go. You want to go clockwise, and for this you actually want to put a little bit more than you would normally put, only because you really want a tight seal. You don't want any water to go and seep behind your wall, and you're not doing the last thread. So I'm just putting a little bit more. And hopefully this time around, before I put the shower head back on, I'll remember to put the plate. I'll just go in there and you screw it back in. And I think that's my last turn. So when your last turn gets to be a little bit difficult, you put a long screwdriver, right, like that. It's in. It's a little bit off. Hold on. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. Alright, so this is on. I'm going to put the shower back on, the shower head, and we're going to check, make sure I don't have any leaks. Let's turn the water on. I have no leaks here. No leaks over there. Good to go. Alright, so that is done. Even though I'm sure the plumbing police is gonna tell me, oh, you can see your Teflon. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. No leak, I'm good. I'm not gonna caulk it though, because I want once in a while to check and make sure that I don't have any leaks. So at least for now. This one is fine because I left it open underneath, so I should be able to see leaks. So I installed this, I installed this, I changed this to black. Yes, it looks better, I agree. I haven't received this part yet, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. For the past 24 hours, I've had WD-40, whatever they call it, onto that screw, because you remember my issue is that I wanted to change, well actually I just wanted to change the knob initially. I popped the, it's got a name, forgot it. I popped the top thing and I couldn't unscrew it at all. So I'm gonna try now, because it's been 24 hours that I've had the lubricant on it. If I can remove it, I'll install this. If I can't, it's gonna have to wait for the next video, because I'm gonna need to buy tap bits. They basically kind of like screwdriver bits. I'm gonna have to screw into the screw and then screw it out. I don't know if that makes sense, in reverse, right? If I can, great, we'll change that as well today. If I cannot, it's gonna have to wait for the next video, at which point I will also do the overflow plate and the little switch thing. Okay, so let me get a screwdriver and see if I can remove this thing. And in all honesty, I don't think I can, but we're gonna try anyway. It's a Phillips screw, so yeah, let's try. Let me push. It's loose, I can tell you that. It's totally stripped. Perfect example of what happens when you do things yourself. You have to have patience. Sometimes things just don't work the way you thought they were going to work. Clearly I need the screw extractor taps. I ordered them, they're coming in on Tuesday. I can only do these projects on the weekend because I work. So next weekend I'll come in and I'll change this. By then I'll definitely would have received the overflow plate, so I'll change that. Oh, by the way, I asked Scott if he was able to do it. He couldn't do it either, so clearly the whole thing has to be drilled into and tapped out. And that would be it for today. So I hope I explained things well. You notice I didn't have to cut off the water. Technically behind this mixer, on either side there should be two screws that you can turn off to shut off the water, so you don't have to go downstairs and, you know, shut off the water for the entire house. You don't really need it, to be honest, but we're just gonna make sure. If I don't have those two little valves that I can close off, what I'll do is that I'll go downstairs and shut off the water for the house and then reinstall the thing. But this has been bothering me for a good 5 years at least. I just can't remove it. It happens, you know. Again, I've hard water. For a long time we didn't have a fan in this bathroom. Now we have a fan, so humidity and water damage is mitigated, I guess. I just gotta wait. No big deal for me. So again, I hope you enjoyed this, that you've learned something on how to do it. You see, it wasn't very difficult. The only problem was my spout. I think it's a conspiracy between manufacturers and plumbers, where they said, hey, if we make the spouts a little bit shorter, it's a guarantee the pipe's gonna need to be cut, and then they have to call a plumber. I'm halfway joking, but If only there was a standard where everything is the same size, regardless of the decade you're in, it would be really appreciated for some of us do-it-yourselfers that end up having to come up with plan B. I put a gasket behind it. It serves its purpose. It's not hideous, okay? And it works. So I now have to cut the pipe. Otherwise, I would have had to cut the pipe and weld a new end with the thread on it. That's way beyond my skill level. I'm sure I could do it, but it's beyond my skill level. And I don't want to have to call a plumber. So, shoe gasket it is. And it works. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe right here in the corner so you don't miss another episode, in particular when I change the mixer. And find me on Facebook and Instagram at mygreatchallenge. If you want to see behind the scene and more family oriented content, I moved all of that onto Patreon. Check it out, patreon.com/mygreatchallenge. If you're looking for a tribe, we are it. We spent 3.5 hours on our live, community live yesterday, chatting for 3.5 hours. And today at 4:30, I actually have a book club. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on Patreon. I think it's worth your $5 investment per month. So check it out. And then Etsy shop, everything is down below. If you missed the previous episodes, I also have them listed down below. And that would be it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.